Hey everybody, this is Beth with Agent Mastermind. Welcome to Agent Mastermind. Excited to be here. I'm with my partner in crime, Vicki Rice. How you doing, Vicki?
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
I got people outside my window watching it. So
no, man, just wave at them.
They should have superpower uniforms.
Hey, just push them over. They won't come back for a while.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a great class planned for you guys today. 10 secrets to creating your brand's Facebook presence for more referrals. Facebook has become one of the largest social media sites on planet Earth. It's become one of the most annoying social media sites on planet Earth. It's become the biggest time vampire, I think, on planet Earth for most people because it's so easy to get in there. It's like a party going on 24/7. There's always something going on. And so now we're going to kind of talk about that because I think that people are using it in the wrong way. People aren't using it the right way to build deep relationships with their past clients and current clients. And I think it's so powerful in the way that if people will use you again, if they remember you, and of course if they've done business with you, they already know, like, and trust you. So we spend so much time trying to find new leads when the people that know, like, and trust us would give us unlimited number of leads if they just remembered us and we stay in contact with them and build deep relationships. So that's kind of what we're going to cover today. And just as a little house cleaning, there's a questions box on the right-hand side. More than happy to answer any questions. There's also, Vicki, can you see my screen okay?
Yeah, I can see it great.
Awesome. All right. So let's get started here. So I think one of the biggest, you know what, Vicki, I love this quote. You found this. It says, and I think this really, we could stop right here and go, okay, like it or not, you have an online brand, and either you are controlling it or it's controlling you. So that's really powerful. And that if you're not doing anything and you're not dictating and controlling and putting the right stuff out there, other people will. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to help you with that today. The big thing, too, is, like, your time is valuable and limited. Like, we all have the same amount of time every single day. And change, of course, is always a challenge for everybody. But only if you're not marketing your calendar to spend time on the stuff that you feel is the highest money-making activity. And also, if you look at, and this is the thing that and I'll recommend a book at the end that I recommend you go buy. But if you look at, instead of looking at a new buyer or new seller, look at them as people. And more importantly, the people that already know, like, and trust you are more than happy to help you if you are always communicating with them and connecting with them and following up with them. And we've talked about many classes in that regards. But as you make your 2016 plans, remember these three important things. Your marketing needs to be less about you and more about your clients. We talk about this all the time, and I see it over and over and over and over again. It's always about you, and it needs to be about them. There's some way, shape, or form you have to incorporate them. We're going to give you some ideas, some ways that we're doing it, but less about you, more about them. People just don't care. They care more about themselves than they do anything else, and that's just who we are, which is okay. You just got to know that. I see so many people post selfies of themselves, and I'm like, oh, my God, it's just, like, overbearing. Like, oh, really? Another one and another one? Like, here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm going. Here's where I'm at. Here's where I'm going. Here's what I did today. And it's like, okay, wow. Can you make this about somebody else? You need humanize your image, brand, and make it accessible through mobile. If you, for some reason, shape, or form, don't have it so that everything that you post is not available online in your mobile device. I think the class you're going to hear next week with Chris Johnstone out of Canada about Google, it's going to be a really good class. He talks about mobile has passed the computer stage. So more people are now viewing stuff on mobile than they are on their computers, which is crazy. It's passed for the first time. So and whenever possible, look to automation as a way to help save you time while increasing the effectiveness of your efforts. So when we say automation, what we mean is you don't do it. It doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't do it, or, you know, a lot of people go to Hootsuite or automatic posters. I wouldn't recommend that because it shows that it's coming from those, and it's non-personal. It doesn't have anything to do with the today unless it's an event or a holiday. Make it personal. Make it, I would rather you post once a week than I would 5 times a day if it's more personal and about somebody else. Does that make sense, Vic?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Absolutely.
Did I miss anything on the slide that you wanted to add to it?
No, you did everything great.
Okay, cool.
You did everything good.
Dang, I'm good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where you find these, Vic, but I love these. And so doing what you love is where happiness lives. I've talked about this when I meet people one-on-one. I really try to get to know them, and I really try to find out what they love. Horseback riding, fishing, jogging, working out, spending time with family, exercising, whatever it may be. Like, what's their passion? Everybody has one. Maybe, and it doesn't matter what it is. It's like, okay, can I relate to this person or can I not? Can I have a conversation with this person, get them to open up to me about what they love when I'm building a relationship? Because if I know what they love, I can become part of that life. If I don't take time to listen and get into their lives about what they love, and I'm not doing what I love, it's just no fun, right? So one is share with people what you love and what your passions are, but also hang out with other people that like the same things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're right on there. But if you don't love, like, being a social, some people are just not, marketing savvy, So that's where I'm saying if you don't love it, that means that you're not going to do it. And it means that, that other people are going to bypass you doing it, or when they Google your name, you're not going to own it. So there's nothing out there. So it has to be done. It's a new way of marketing day, and you have to engage. So if you don't love it, hire someone. Automate it out.
Yeah, and one thing that I'm learning too is the more I go into a relationship with no agenda, no expectation, and really just find out if that person is a fit first, it's so much more powerful because I let them share with me who they are, what their goals, dreams, and desires are. And if you're talking to a buyer, you're talking to a seller, if you just ask them all the qualifying questions, how long have you lived here? I'm sure you guys all do this, but really listen to what they're saying. Don't go into it with, I'm going to get this listing, I'm going to get this buyer, I'm going to get. Like, go into it going, is this person a fit for me first? After I get the information that I need from them to tell me what kind of person they are, if I want to work with them, if this is a long-lasting friendship that I can have, because if it is, that's going to be really powerful for me because friends work with friends and friends have good times with friends, so that's something to think about too as well.
Yes. Huge.
You talk about this down here. Use apps on your phone like tablet, like Zite and Flipboard. When you find an article you like, or save it to your pocket. Evernote, right?
Yeah, basically what you're doing is saving time. And so then you can if you see an article, you see something, you want to post it later, have it in one location and then be able to, that way you can bookmark all your posts. I mean, I can do, for the whole week, I can come in and say, okay, I want 25 posts all lined up. So then it's using my hour of power, bam, 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 and they're done for me. So. Right
on. Great question coming in from Darcy. Thank you for being here, Darcy. She says, what do you think about turning my personal page into a business page? Here's what I only have one page that I actually use, and I very rarely talk business. The only business that I would talk is a new partner that I'm working with. Congratulations to somebody that just got into a home. Congratulations to somebody that just sold a home. Like stuff like that. It's really not about business. It's just saying congratulations to other people because people really want to work with people that they know they can trust. And the only way to get to know people is like, okay, what do they do? Well, they're a realtor. Okay. Then so I would absolutely positively yes, you should have a business page, and next week you're going to see why. But on the other hand, people want to be your friend. On a business, they can only like a business. On a friend, they can actually they can be your friend. So that's my personal opinion on that. And just, I wouldn't post business stuff per se, and they say that you can get in trouble and they can ban you from Facebook. So maybe 5% business and the rest personal. And we're going to give you some ideas of what that means.
Can I add to that too real quick?
Sure.
So you have your Facebook personal page. You already have 100% audience of your friends that like you on that page, right? Then when you do the business page, you have to invite your personal friends to like your page. So 60% automatically will do that, but 40% won't. Either they're traveling or it's not convenient for whatever reason. You've lost 40% of your audience already.
Right.
So think about it in those terms. Use it for a Facebook post, what Chris is going to talk about next week, that kind of thing. but primary using your personal page as your business page and have it all be feel-good content is a way to reach 100% of your people.
Right. There you go. So, I mean, there's pros and cons for both. I just know that it's easier for me to post personal stuff that has to do with other people, include other people, because that's where everybody has more people have friended me that I was having a really hard time getting people to, okay, do I do personal? Do I do business? What do I post on business that really has any significance? Because it's really like people coming into my store. Well, they're not looking to buy a house. They're not looking to sell a house. They're not looking to refi. So why be there? Like they're less likely to be there than they would. Let's just share and then I can go into all my friends that I have, and I'm going to show you a strategy at the end that I would highly recommend that you do today, that will allow you to go connect, engage, and interact with your friends, that will allow for more referrals down the road, which is the bottom line. The more people, it's funny, as many agents as I talk to, they always tell me, I'm like, okay, where did your last 4 deals come from? And they're like, friend, friend, friend of a friend, and then floor time. I'm like, okay, so man, this is going to be easy, right? All I have to do is help you get more friends or help you make more friends. How do we do that? Well, how big is your database? Well, how do you engage, interact with your database? Well, I send them a calendar once a year. Okay, how do we use social media to do that? And I'm going to kind of walk through those steps to do that. But you guys kind of get in the mindset of just connecting, engaging, interacting, removing the mindset of trying to get a new listing, trying to get a new buyer, just incorporating yourself into other people's lives, and then having conversations with them on social media, phone, email. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. So,
right. And one of the things to think about too is that hear it. When people talk to me, they say, "Well, I don't want, I only want my post to go to like my family or my friends, and I don't want other people to see what other people post on my page." Unless they're friends with your friends, they're not going to see the things that are on your timeline or on your wall. And those friends have neighbors, people they work with, coworkers, sons and daughters that are going to be, that can be your referral source or partner. So
right on.
That kind of answers both of those fear factors anyway.
Right on, sure does. All right, cool. So it isn't easy, but purpose drives strategy, and purpose is the reason why one agent or a company succeeds while others fail. Visual content is king. Like, the visuals tell your story. We process visual content 60,000 times faster. I don't know about you, but
love that. Yeah,
and I mean, that's a great line, Vicki, that you come up with. So when I go to a restaurant, I hate it when I don't have pictures to look at. I mean, you guys all can relate to this, right? You know what I mean? It's right. Like, really? Okay, what looks good? I don't know. Like, that print doesn't look like, what does that look like? So, like, seriously, and this happened last night, Vicki. We were out to dinner, and I ordered something, and then something came by that the lady ordered that was sitting next to me. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? And she goes, oh, it's this Italian chicken salad. I'm like, yeah, I'll have one of those. Scratch my other order. I want that because I've seen it, right?
Yeah.
So visual is so powerful. So don't just post words in your thing, and we'll show you some examples of this. Think of a picture that relates to it, and I'm going to show you, and that's one thing I'll actually go live with. People go, where do you find all this crap? I text people all the time, and I always put pictures with it. Instead of say something by text, I'll just send a picture. Like my I'm telling you stories because I want you to get this because it's really powerful. My cousin got bit by a cat, and he had to go to the hospital, and they had to open it up and all that stuff. So I went in and found like pissed off cats and like stains with cats, and I started texting him, and I'm like, hey dude, I got a live action shot of your cat biting you if the doctor needs it. It was on Halloween night, and he was supposed to be there, so I thought I'd mess with him a little bit, So it's just stuff like that you can have so much fun with, and you can like start incorporating other people. People will laugh. If you can make people smile, be the ray of sunshine, that's where it's all about. So 75% of real estate agents' business comes from referrals and word of mouth, and I think everybody on this call can relate to that. But we still, for some reason, and I get it, I totally get it, the thrill of the chase is where it's at. Like, people love to go after the sale, and then when they get the sale, they're like, I got it, I want another sale. Instead of go, all right, how do I take this sale, cuddle it, pet it, make it warm and fuzzy, make them so they only think of me when it comes to buying and selling a home. That's what needs to be. Like, it can't just be another sale. It needs to be a person. This is a person. Spending your money on new leads isn't as cost effective as investing in your referral business through your existing. we are getting 1 to 3 referrals per 100 out of our database, and that's consistently, like month after month after month after month. And I'll show if you want. We did a class on marketing to your database and farming your database back quite a while ago, and that's all we're doing. We're sending an email once a week, postcard or letter once a month, and a phone call every 3 months. 1 to 3 referrals per 100 on our database. Do the math. That's what you should be getting from your past database. And for a lot of you on this call, that'd probably double.
And that's the minimum. That's the minimum
right.
that I've tracked. So that's just that's like the lowest of the low.
Right. Be mobile, responsive. Like, it's kind of like putting stuff out there and then not being there. Like, you'll notice if you go to some of my posts, some people will ask me a question. They'll say something that I can actually respond to. And Facebook has made it so I can respond to that specific person instead of just being, I love that about Facebook now, where before you just had to get in the line and like wherever you posted is where you posted, but now you can reply to a specific post of somebody that posted on one of your posts. So it's pretty cool, and I'll show you what we're talking about there. Boost your Facebook posts, we're going to talk about that. Once you start building a following on your business page, you can actually build a post. Now, whether you want to build your business like Stacy Staub on Facebook, that's another thing. So you utilize browser plugins, use Facebook to connect with previous, current, and new clients. We're going to talk more about that. Maintain a consistent flow of communication. You have to be there. You have to show up. You have to always be and I'm going to give you a little homework at the end that I highly recommend you do. Either you do it or somebody else does it for you. A lot of agents that I've been talking to in the past, their husband or significant other, their wife is getting in the business and they're doing some of this stuff for them. So I'm like, hey, have them do these things, just this, and I guarantee you'll see an increase of people that refer you business, okay? Maintain a constant flow of communication and then create and maintain professional image. That's really important, and I want to spend 1 second on that. If every picture you put up is with a glass of beer, is with a cigarette, or whatever it is you do, that's the first impression that people are going to see. I guarantee you, I do this. When I get to know somebody, I swear to God, I can go to their Facebook page, look at their pictures, and go, I can tell you what kind of person they are and before I even get on the phone with them. And I can guarantee you your sellers are doing that and your buyers are doing that. They have an image that they want to have, and they want to work with other people that have the same image or similar. If you want to show a picture of you every time you post with a glass of beer or wine or drink or whatever, just know that that's going to be people's first impression, and not everybody's going to like that. If you remove the beer, you remove the thought of this guy's or girl drinks a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because that's first impression. So it's really, really, really important to think about that when you're taking pictures. You'll notice that I don't think I have one picture. Maybe I do. If it is, it's a glass of wine that's looking into the mountains because I was on vacation or something like that. It's not me holding a beer, with a bunch of friends. Make sense?
Right.
It's more of an experience.
Yeah,
right.
And if you like to party and you're young and you're in your 30s and you do a lot of selfies and all that kind of stuff, that's cool. But then maybe use another medium for that.
Correct.
Build your Instagram, with some cool party shots. You know what I mean? So there's just different avenues that you can use.
All right. So I've never heard of Buffer. Thanks for sharing. So Buffer is one of them. There's so many different Hootsuite, Buffer. There's a bunch of different automated stuff out there that allows you to engage with people. Allows you to I was on one last night. I don't remember what it was, but it allows you to schedule post. So if you're going to be on vacation, you're going to take a week off, or maybe you just want to not be on social media for a week and you want to unplug, right? There's certain systems you can use. Buffer's one, I believe, and then Hootsuite's one, where you can actually schedule a post to go out. I can schedule a post to go out tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I can schedule one, and I can put exactly what I want to say, picture everything, and have it go out for the next 5 days, and I never have to go there. But the problem with that is when people respond or comment or go, hey, where are you at? If you post a picture of something or a comment, hey, I love that comment. What do you think about this one? It's kind of like, I threw an ad out there, someone called me, and I never answered the phone. So you have to be careful with that. You can't just set up your Facebook, build your brand, and then throw stuff out there and not ever engage. That does no good. I would rather you not do it at all than I would throw it out there. Does that make sense?
Right. Yep.
All right.
And you can use Canva like we talked about last week and design, a bunch of really cool posts that are personal,
right,
with the content that you're going to show them how you link it together and then schedule it to go out.
Absolutely. And you get a lot of the systems will do it right from the system. Like you can, like if that, it's called IFTTT. If this, I think it's IFTT or something like that. If this, then that.
Right.
So you can go, if I post on LinkedIn, I want it to post on Facebook and Twitter automatically. If I post on Facebook, I also want it to post on LinkedIn and Twitter. Like, so whatever you want to do, you can kind of set that up. So if this, then that, IFTT. If this, then that. So it's IFTTT. All right. So the reason for this Facebook engagement success is simply because they post images with quotes on a regular basis. So check this out. So the surefire recipe for Facebook engagement is to combine a great quote with a cool image. For example, the Facebook page Positive Inspirational Quotes has over 200,000 fans and 100,000 people talking about their page, even though they have spent nothing on advertising. Let me spend a second on this. Why do people love inspirational quotes? Because they're not happy. They're not happy. Most people are not happy. So if they read an inspirational quote, like, oh, that feels good. People love to feel good. People love a ray of sunshine. People love people that are happy. When I go places, I can talk to anybody, no matter what kind of mood they're in, and I usually can make them smile because people take life too serious, and I don't. I have fun. I like to have fun. So my goal is to make somebody smile and laugh and have fun every day. And it's amazing if you just focus on that alone and you remove the, I got to get a sale, I got to get a listing, I got to get a buy. Like, it's amazing. People are attracted to happiness. People are attracted to inspiration or excitement or fun, or like there's so much drama in our lives and so many people having problems that it's just like it's nice to breath of fresh air to talk to somebody that's just laughing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I do every day.
Like you do every day, yes.
Yeah, with you in the office.
Besides throwing stuff at me, I'm all good with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where can I get quotes to use? So Pinterest.com, Vicki found these for us. Pinterest.com/categories for quotes. Brainyquote.com. Brainyquote.com.
Even one for real estate keywords.
Yeah. Okay. Here, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys where I get all mine. This is pretty crazy. So go to Google, and this is pretty cool. So check this out. So what if I put in? Okay. So I'm going to go back to my cousin who got bit by a cat. So mean cat. So I'm going to put in mean cat quotes. All right. So mean cat quotes. And if I go to Google, put in mean cat quotes. You can do this right from your phone. This is so fun. And then put in, and then just click on. Whoops. Shoot, it won't go away now. All right. Let me just click return. Click on this little images button. And guess what pops up? And I apologize for any swearing or whatever's going on, but so tired of seeing my face? Cool. I hate you anyway. So like that would be like a funny one to send to my cousin because he got bit by a cat, right? So like there's just it's endless. If you put in inspirational quote, like if you just put in ISP, inspirational quote, inspirational love quotes, send your significant other an inspirational love quote or just a love quote. I mean, it's amazing how they feel when they get it. It's crazy. So here's some love quotes. If you take out love, you just put inspirational quotes. Guys, this is like the cool way to communicate with people. You can send private messages to people. Say you just had a conversation, right? And somebody said, I love horses, okay? I have 2 horses of my own. My kids and I and my family, we all ride horses. It's so fun. That's what we do on our weekends. So I would literally, after they left the parking lot, I would go into my phone and put in cool horse quotes. And like, how cool is that? Ride more, worry less. Just like something like, hey, it was so nice to meeting you. Hey, I seen this quote. I thought it was cool. I thought it fit you. But you can go on. There's tons of them. There's all kinds of different cool things you can do. So anything like every time I'm in a conversation and I go, all right, I wonder if there's a quote for that. I go in. You know what? There always is, isn't there, Vicki? There's always a quote for everything, no matter what it is.
And it's super easy, and it's So you could Jing it. Save it to your desktop and post it. You could Jing it and then put it in a Canva and then, put your own little logo and brand it as if it comes from you. All kinds of cool stuff.
All kinds of cool stuff. So I just want to show you that. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, no matter what it is, this is hilarious. That's funny. So it's just so you can do it right on your phone. You click on the picture, you save it, and it's done. Like you save it, and then now it's part of your photos, and it's done. So there's some cool places to get quotes. Google is my favorite place. That's the only place I go. My wife asked me this morning. She goes, "Where do you get all these things?" Like a secret. And then I googled secret. So my little post said, what did my post say? I got to tell you this because it's cool. Because I want you to get in the mindset of having fun. So it said. So I found a little post that said, "Shh, it's a secret." And instead of saying it's a secret, I just sent her that picture. So
That's
pretty
funny.
cool stuff.
Good.
All right. So here's some examples. Vicki, you want to talk about these? I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So the first one, I just jinged a couple posts that I saw out there, and this is about quotes again. Happiness is another place. And then your feel good place. Walt Whitman's quote. And the thing that I wanted to show you guys is this is an example of getting engagement. 57 people liked it, tons of comments on it. You posted something, Scott, about, creating a life that you don't have to have a vacation from. 82 people liked it, had 6 people share it, and it can be anything, whatever it is. That's how you post. Make a quote, hashtag it if you want, and then get engagement from it.
See, I even got engagement from my wife, which is rare. Like, she never hardly ever, and she says right here, "But I really like vacations." I'm like, okay, that kind of blew my little my little thing there by posting that.
And like Jessica Peterson, there's certain influencers that I really highly recommend you guys follow, people that are doing it with success. And watch what they do, and then you do it on your page. Jessica, Rebecca, Stacy, all the people we've had on Agent Mastermind.
Yeah, and see how this is so cool right here. So like Sherry Wynn said, "Yep, absolutely," and then Jessica said, "Hi, Sherry." So she's interacting, engaging with people. Exactly, Jessica. You are so great and inspiring and educational. And Jessica's like, "Oh, I love you." So like she's having a conversation with those people independently and not putting it at the bottom of the chain. So Facebook lets you do that now, and it's so awesome. And then Jessica could come back and actually like this, and then Tanya would see that she liked it. And it's just a feeling that people get. You're making people feel good because you're acknowledging them and then interacting with them. That's what people strive for. We're in a social media society where people are people. Like, when I go to restaurants, it's so amazing. I look around and everybody's on their phones and playing games. I was last night, the same time we were having dinner, there was a game going on in this place, and everybody's on their phones playing this stupid game. Nobody's communicating at the table. They're all trying to play the game and Google Answers, and so it made it worse. It was like, oh my God, people can't even communicate anymore unless they're on their phones.
Right, and see where where you can start to brand on Jessica's. At the bottom of all of her posts, she'll have her, website or her logo or something. So by using Canva, you can take a quote, put your own branding on it, and post it.
You can even put pictures in a post here, like, so you can literally whatever you want to post here. Like, she posted a comment, but if I thought of a picture that fit better, I could put a picture there. Which
you could, like that
just
funny
saying, hey, I put
thing,
some thought into this. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Here's some other ones. This one just blew up. I was blown away by this. I think it's at 180 now or something. But I had so much fun. Like, my kids were there, and they're like, "Dad, how old are you again?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I just a little crazy." So, and then my cousin's there, and he's hilarious, and he's like, "Okay, now it doesn't matter what age they are. We got to scare the crap out of them. We got to ruin their Halloween for the rest of their lives." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not going that crazy, So we waited till there was older kids. But check this out: 20 comments, 160 something likes here. I didn't expect anything, but it's weird. So I put, "Guess who? Going to freak out some kids tonight." So I just involved people in my real life, what I was doing. That's it. I didn't go crazy with some long paragraph of what I was going to do. I just I literally could have just grabbed that off of Google, and it doesn't even have to be me. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but so here's Craig Bland, my brother from another mother in Georgia. 130 likes, him and his wife. Love it. Yeah,
I love that. And like Gail just went to a wedding, and now see how she posts to her clients, Dina, and she took some pictures at a wedding that you're invited to, and they've got 45 shares.
Yeah, amazing.
How cool is that? That is, that starts to snowball and
cool.
And it goes, kind of viral. So cool. And how she responds back, when they say, "Thanks, Gail, love you. Stephen, I love you very much too."
Yeah.
Like.
It's just cool stuff. So she made it about them, posted about them, tagged them in the post. Tagged them in the
Right.
post, which is really cool.
Absolutely.
So little stuff, yeah. Just so Superman, Superwoman stories. Get the stop, look and listen for the post for better engagement. So
this is an example.
Yep.
Yeah, this is an example where you can take in. You can use YouTube videos, or I mean, you can use your own YouTube channel too. You know, so that is the post, and then it goes to her blog, which could be WordPress or whatever you want to do, and then she writes some kind of long thing about and creating an image within that. So that gets a lot of engagement. People like Superman, Superwoman stories are ways to promote yourself, but not promote yourself. You talk real estate, but not real estate. And it's about something you've done good for someone, or you've helped someone. And it's all about how you've helped them.
So someone's talking about, and this comes up a lot. I get this question from everybody in every event I go to, and every time I speak, and every time I talk with people, and business, and and it came up again. Like, can you talk more about business and personal? I personally, so I have a really good friend, and the best example I have is I have a really good friend, and she didn't have Facebook, period. I think you know her, Wendy. Vicky, you remember doing her Facebook page, but she was a very successful person and didn't have any social media presence whatsoever. And I'm like, so you don't even need a Facebook period. So if you're going to do it, do the stuff that we're talking about here that has to do with personal stuff. You can go look at my different posts. Like when I went to a concert, I'm like, hey, I would highly recommend this. So it's not about me. It's like, oh, hey, we're at the concert. It's like, oh my God, these guys are so good. I would highly recommend it. So I'm like, hey, come and see these guys. They're really good. So I take the me out of it and I put, hey, you check this out. If you have time or for any freedom, come and see this. So that's more. I would. If you don't have a business, don't go do it, because if you say yes to a business page, now you're saying no to past clients and communicating and engaging and interacting with them. So whatever you say yes to, what are you saying no to? You got to be really careful with that. If you have everybody has a personal page, because we have to start with that. Focus on the personal page, make it about other people, and just have fun with it.
Yeah, and everything that we're talking about is business. And that's what I want to kind of get with everyone.
That's true.
Quotes.
That's
true. Business. The real life posts, how, look at Scott, and his funny thing. It's business. What we're doing is PR. That's it.
Yep. The best, I'll have to go back. The best one I got, okay, and this has nothing to do with me. It doesn't even mean that it was my shoes. People just assumed. So I have these colored shoes on, and I was standing there, I was getting gas in my car, and I was like, okay, that'd be a good post. So I took a picture of my shoes and said, what's the first word that comes to mind? That's all I said. I got like 300 comments on it. It was insane. Yeah. I mean, it was like, literally people were laughing. Everybody at the end was like, oh my God, I can't stop laughing of the responses. Like it was crazy. Like, and it had nothing to do with anything except for what's the first thought. People love to be a part of something, and the more people that are a part of something, the more people want to be a part of something. I think that as my likes or comments grow, more people get involved. Like, okay, hey, I want to jump in on this. I want to be a part of this. I want to, that's how this whole thing works. So make it funny, make it fun. Just think of and here's the thing. I didn't start out by thinking, okay, I'm just going to take a picture of my shoes and ask that question. You start thinking of different weird stuff and then how to tie stuff into it, or find pictures that you can ask it's just, you have to start training your mind to see stuff and then go, okay, how do I make something funny about that, or ask a silly question to get a bunch of silly responses to make people laugh.
And it doesn't have to be funny either. That's the whole key. So this is something I made up. This is fake. But I wanted to show you how you can turn a negative into a positive. So I wrote a little story, and you guys all have these stories of how you've helped people, and just kind of play on your experiences. So if I posted that quote, one of the great forms of respect is actually listening. And then I had something like this, with my link that talks about how great it was to meet these two people, who lost someone that they lived in the home with, a mom or another sister, and it's just like you pull in the emotional, heartfelt strings. And that's where you get to stop, to look, to listen. And at the very end, it's about them. It's a thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be the kind of real estate agent that I like to be. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be something funny, ha-ha, all the time.
here's a suggestion. So, and this would be a huge connection piece for you using social media. So you get a new buyer, you write up a sales agreement, you're right in the middle of the process, typically 20 to 30 days, right? Okay. So you halfway through the process, maybe a week in, 2 weeks in, I wouldn't wait any longer than that, maybe a week and a half in, you send them a private Facebook message saying, hey, Vicky, hey, man, I'm so excited to be able to work with you guys and help you to get a new home. I just wanted to make sure that I'm communicating in the way that you expect to be communicated with. Is it too much? Is it not enough? Is there a better way to communicate with you? Can you give me some feedback so that I can make this the end of the transition, the end of your closing on your new home, the most exciting thing you've ever dealt with in your life? You think they would appreciate that?
Absolutely.
Saying, hey, am I communicating with you? Am I communicating too much? Am I not communicating enough? It's just going, hey, help me help you. Help me do a better job for you so you can enjoy this end moment. So little stuff like that is huge. And so it's just thinking, how can I show people I appreciate them? How can I show people that I really care about them without, without like closing them all the time and trying to like just, so it's just being a friend and being a real person and being appreciative of who you're working with. It's unbelievably powerful.
Yeah, it's again, you're not closing them all the time. It's just like that old way of marketing or the old way of sales. It's like out the door, Right on. So when you do start posting business, I know that Scott likes the 95-5 rule, to the 80-20 rule, but majority of it is feel-good content. And then 20% or 5% is business, but it's done in a really super cool way where people see you as friends, they see you as a leader, and they want to do business with you, like these. Here, I love Jeff is like. I love
these too. Mm-hmm.
When I first started, working with him, there was no comments, no likes, no shares, and then he would post saying like just had a closing or going to a closing or other companies would post things that he had on there. So there. For him, and it looked like it came from another company, not him. So there was no engagement. Now he is like blown up for the last 2 years on his social media.
Oh, it's just huge. Because he made it about other people. Yep, made it about
all
other
about
people,
the other people,
awesome.
And he tags all of his people. Tags everyone that's involved in the transaction. And he gets those people, friends, see it, and then they comment on it, and then those people's friends on that page see it because they commented on it. So that's
if it was me,
the beauty of it.
If it was me personally, I would take this and I would go, okay, who's like, I don't know Kenny, I don't know Mandy, I don't know Cindy, I don't know Becky. Like, these are probably all friends of the seller. Why not friend these people? Why not friend these people? If they're in your, like, why not go, hey, friend them, hey, I just want to say thanks for commenting on Kenny and Jamie's post. I really appreciate it. It was so much fun working with them, period. That's it. I guarantee you, if you did that, like he'd have 55 people that liked it. You could do it all to them. Hey, thanks. I really appreciate you showing appreciation for Kenny and Jamie's new home. Hey, this is Jeff. Just really appreciate it. Hope all is well. No call to action. Just throwing yourself out there saying, hey, thanks for appreciating my clients. They really appreciate it.
Or like
what kind of response would you get? Yeah, exactly. Like that too. Yeah, exactly. Yep. But sending a post to them, friending them and sending a post, you're going to, like, how can you not get more business doing that? And you're not asking for business. You don't have to tell them what you do because they already know. They already liked something that Jeff posted that they did a loan for or did a purchase or refi or whatever it is. Like, they already know who you are. So you don't have to tell them. You just connect with them, engage with them, interact with them. I guarantee you, if he did the 55 people that liked that post, if he didn't have a referral from somebody, one of those friends of Kenny and Jamie's, something's really wrong, right?
Mm-hmm, right.
Something's wrong.
Right.
So,
yeah.
All right.
So this is done in a really good way. Another great way to inspire and get communication, engagement, is to ask questions. That's super big. Ask your friends for feedback, like what you had said before.
Yep.
And Facebook question tool thing is kind of fun. People like doing the drop-down box.
Sweet. All right.
E-Sign articles.
I love this. Yep.
Yeah, it's a great place to get information that you could ask a question about. And again, Jessica, confession time. Confession time is a way to ask questions. And so what you're seeing there is engagement. Where she replies, like you said, and she likes what they say. So every time there's a post, there's something that she says about the post. Like, it could be just commenting, thank you for that, or like she says, this is a great idea, or how have you been?
So yeah, and see where she comments on this. I totally have. I have so many cute dresses from buying from Facebook, and it says those dresses are super cute. I was trying to recall the site. So she's just saying, hey, what site was it? Whether she wants it or not, she's just interacting with this person to build a deeper relationship. It's like they have something in common, so she went down that road.
And that's business. People think that it has nothing to do with business, but that's business. That's your business.
That's an aha moment for me today, Vic. That's my aha moment. Like, we talk about personal, but like that personal stuff that she's doing is business. Like, and that's removing the sales triggers, removing the call to action, removing everything. Just removing everything from the agenda except for what? Building a relationship.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is funny, man. Like, so the best posting frequency is 5 times a day. Yeah.
And again, you'll have to track it. For everybody's different. And your friends or fans are different. But they find that between 3, and 9 o'clock is the time. So if you're going to start doing ads, I always direct our ads to go out between like 3 and 5. You do.
Yep.
So and you can see that most days are all the time, Monday through Sunday, but you get a lot more on Sunday and Monday than you do. So that just gives you a little bit of a trick or a tip. And they say at least 5 times a day. Can you tell them that story about when you post one time versus, people opt out when you send them?
Yeah. So okay. And that has to do with an email. So an email. So I think it was MailChimp did a survey, and they emailed people that were getting emails every day, every week, every month, every 6 months. And the number one opt-out rate for emails, I don't know what it is for Facebook, but the number one opt-out rate for emails was every 6 months. There was less opt-out when people emailed them every day. It's really crazy. So, but if you're posting
every day
crap,
is more effective than every other day.
Yes,
that's what I
one of the things about this too that I want to bring up that I just thought of. So when you're thinking about posting something and it's negative, I personally will unfollow people that post negative stuff about like whatever it is. I don't want negativity in my life. We get enough of it on the news, the channel news, and like you turn on the TV and it's just bad news. Like people post some crazy stuff on there, and it's just like people don't want to see more bad news. Facebook is a kind of a fun place to be for the most part. There's amazingly cute videos of animals, celebrations going on, parties going on, weddings, and all this stuff. To post something negative or to do with politics is just, you're going to literally ruin half of your database, like right then and there. So people will unfollow you. So just stay away from the negative stuff. As bad as you want to participate in something, or as bad as you like a school shooting, or like just stay away from that stuff. Like I ask you, I know that everybody wants to, build awareness from it, and I probably shouldn't even talk about it, but I'm just telling you, when you involve yourself in that stuff, you're just going, okay, I don't want to hear more about it. I just heard an hour of it on TV, and I'm hearing it on my like pop-ups and all that stuff's going on. Like to be a part of it, just alienate yourself from it. Don't do it is what I'm asking. So, for example, positive inspirational quotes often post several times in a day, and their audience loves it, with more than 50% of their fans talking about their page. It's insane. All right, Jersey Boy. So I posted this the other day, 23, 24, 25, 26 likes, a couple comments. Here's the highly recommend, love them. This is one I was just talking about just a second ago. I didn't take a selfie of me. I think people get crazy on the selfies. I could have took a picture with me behind the selfie. It's just, I don't know, it's too much.
So what I was kind of going with this is that, another great tip to get engagement is to talk about what's happening in your community, and you can go to Yelp and put it in your city, and you can find out when the festivals are coming, or a restaurant that you went to, that's current events, what's happening right now.
Right on.
High school
and
football
then,
games.
Okay, I gotta confess on this one.
Okay.
All right,
I saw that. And you can get recipes and games from Pinterest or post something.
Yeah, so here's my confession, and I'll just confess. I don't do this very often.
I know you did not cook that.
I know.
But.
So my daughter was driving on the way. So, like, I went to Google, and I pulled up chili. All right? Found something that was close. And my daughter thought this chili was already done because I had taken a picture of it. And then the fireplace is not, like, that's not my fire. Of course, that's an amazing fire. And then, of course, the football is from Google. But, like, my son, like, Greg, like, this is how crazy it gets. So Greg, my son, and a friend of his that he rooms with at college, they get to the house, and they're like, Dad, that's not our chili. I'm like, I know. He goes, yeah, we don't have a table like that. He goes, I blew up the picture. We do not have a table like that. So like they literally dissected the picture to see if it was like real or not, like to try to figure out if we have that table. It's so crazy. They didn't think about the pan. They couldn't figure that out. But they're like, okay, do we have a table like that? So it's just, but check this out. There's like 80 likes and 15 comments, and it's just insanity, right? You just don't know. So family chili fire, 40-minute walk, boat ride, and MSU football game. So pumped. Enjoy the day, my friends. That was one of the best games ever, by the way.
So current events. What's happening in your life? Yeah.
Yep. So again, there's no selfie here. Like, it's just I put like and what I did is I created an experience that, like, people go, man, I like that experience. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I want to go over to the park and have some chili
exactly.
and watch the game. You know, that's cool. I use, these are just funny, and you can use them in I do the gift. We can text them to clients. Just like this one. If you click on that, the dog falls over. It's just. There's no music, there's no voice, it's just a movement of a really cute, 2-second, 3-second, little post that you can make. It was huge in the 80s, but it's starting to come back, and it's just a way to get a quick laugh.
There you go. For example, it's Monday morning, I'm having a tough time getting motivated. I might text, email, or post this GIF to my friends. So just an example.
So, I go to giphy.com, and there's tons of them, and I can choose anything that I want for any reason.
If you go to Google,
I use them for happy birthdays quite a bit, so I want to text or post a happy birthday, when I can. Okay, this is another idea that I do quite a bit. When you post something, you can put the URL in there, and then when it links it up, you go back and delete it, right?
Yep.
But the link is there. So this is an example, where you can share other content on here to get people. So if you don't have a blog or something, share someone else's. I really love Brightnest. I really love House. I follow them. Yeah. So, these are ideas of, ways that you can use other things that come to you, and kind of make it your own.
There you go.
Like a tradition. This is something that we actually do in our home, So you wrap up a book and, and you read it every night until Christmas, share, ask them to share some of your traditions. And then maybe you can make your Pinterest board filled with Christmas traditions, and you link that board.
All right. Some really cool stuff coming in. Alan Gross posted about my daughter riding on the beach this morning, and he got this. I can't click on the Amazon link, but I'd like to see it. So, all right. So here's 10 things just to kind of go by, and we'll get through this because we're coming to an end here. So put budget behind the right content. Wait until your posts reach a certain level of engagement organically before boosting them. So you're betting on content that's likely to succeed. So what she's saying here is, if you post something, and this is only on your business page, I believe. If you're posting on your business page, make sure that you're getting some traction from it before you go boost it. For example, when I posted and it used to be able to boost on your personal, but I think it's gone. I don't know why they took it away. Like,
I don't know.
You want to spend money. Like, why not let you spend money? But okay, so put the most ad spend behind the content that can impact your bottom line, like new listings, open houses.
So if you're gonna do Facebook ads, the ones that are gonna really make the money for you, use that money wisely.
Right.
Test a lot of, monitor it, see where you get the comments, the likes, and the shares, and if that's where you get it more on quotes, well then incorporate quotes. That means there are people like quotes.
All right. Avoid calls to action such as like this page, share with your friends. Like that's just a call to action that people don't like to hear or see. Just don't do it. Let them do what they want to do it. And like if you're asking to sell, like that's really asking to sell something. You're making it too business and you're making it less personal. So Facebook considers this like baiting and many penalize your post.
Yeah, and so you want to come up with other words, and instead of saying, share this with your friends, you could just say, if you like it, let me know, or give me some good, you can ask other questions to get the sharing out there without actually saying the actual word.
There you go. Prioritize getting fans to share the content. Let's see. So business can now tag brands in their posts for wider reach. Use this to your advantage by running partner campaigns. So I don't know. I have restaurants that I go to, and like they all have business pages. I have different places I like to visit or stuff like that. So tagging them in there, letting them know where you like to eat, where you like to hang out, or if you're more importantly when you're with clients, tag them in there. Say, hey, I just had a great lunch with Tara. So awesome spending time with you, stuff like that.
It gives you a wider net because they have a lot of friends on their pages, so it makes your post, visibly seen more in other areas.
There you go. Work closely with influencers. When influenced celebrities and thought leaders with big Facebook fan bases share your posts, you'll win more reach engagement. So again, some people, depending on who it is, who's hot in the news right now, who's the again, stay away from political stuff. It's just dangerous. Yeah. Jessica, yep.
Yeah, like Jessica or Rebecca. I mean, they have a huge fan base. So, follow them and then comment on what they say, and they'll comment back to you. And then, it just starts to snowball that way.
There you go. Don't understand the value of sharing links. Just some other ideas. So Facebook itself stated that links would receive preferential treatment with news feeds. Even better, links that are recommended are story bumped or retro-reduced into news feeds in later times. So it's just like putting different things in there, different links. It could be even from your blog. Maybe you posted something about a local event going on and you take it from there. That gives your ranking on your blog more notoriety because more people are seeing it and more people, it's more relevant. So if people search for you or they search for that, the chance of that coming up is greater than it would be if it's just in one place. Geo-targeting for posts relevant to specific regions, and then talk back to Facebook fans. We talked about this a lot. Don't post something and then just never come back and communicate on it. Spend the time. I know sometimes it's a pain to do it, but man, I'm telling you, that's business. That's spending time with people, engaging with people, interacting with people. So the last thing I want to end with is two slides. Is steps to take now. Okay.
Yay!
Mark on your calendar to spend time on Facebook, and that's the only time you can spend time there, okay? I call this your hour of power, 3 to 4 p.m. Well, I don't care when it is. Preferably when people are on there, and it really doesn't even have to be then. If you do it at night when everybody goes to bed, and that's kind of when I do it, is I go in and I because they're going to come back in the morning, I guarantee you, and check and see who liked it, who posted on it, who commented on it. It's funny how try different things and see what works best for you. Find out when you get the most engagement, the least engagement, and then just dictate your day and calendar from that. Friend each of your past and current clients. That's not even an option. That's like a must. You have to do that. That's insanity for not friending each one of your clients and then sending them a private message going, hey, it's so awesome to meet you. I really look forward to working with you. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm really excited. You guys are awesome people.
Can I add something? I want you guys to think about Facebook as your database.
Yeah, that would be huge if they did that, yeah.
So you have your database, you need to have it on Facebook too. So
yeah, very, 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 Facebook is your database. Like and comment on a post daily, nothing crazy on comments, like this is the stuff that you could say. Awesome, congratulations, looks like fun. Where is this? Looks amazing, so cool, enjoy, looks like fun. I guess I put that twice, I like that one. Your kids are so cute, beautiful family, so excited for you. Just be a friend. Just don't go crazy with long paragraphs of this and that and about you. People like to put themselves in there. Stop doing that. Just make it about them and let them enjoy the moment. Give them something to go, oh, that was such a cool post. Just keep it short and sweet. Wish everybody happy birthday. You have to do this on a daily basis. If it's on the weekends, wish them a happy birthday weekend. Use the same message for all. It's just fine. So if you're going to one message, write it up, type it up, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. The same message is fine. No one's ever going to know. I've been doing it for 3 years, same message. No one's ever called me out, hey, that's the same message you gave me last year. Like it doesn't, it's fine, you know?
Yeah, and I do them on Fridays so that, you know, because I'm going to be busy on the weekend. So I always say happy weekend birthday.
Right. Even if it's their birthday Sunday, just say, hey, have a happy weekend birthday, have an awesome weekend. Send private messages to your friends once every 3 months minimum. I would, if they're a good friend, you're probably going to do it on a daily basis. But, you know, at least minimum once every 3 months. Say, hey, and hey, just checking in to make sure all is good, doing anything fun this weekend. Hey, my friends, taste of Kalamazoo's downtown this weekend, or taste of whatever. Some crazy good food down there. How are you doing? Can you believe this weather? Hope you're able to enjoy it a little. Just wanted to say hello and hope all is well. That's it. I'm just engaging myself, getting into their lives, letting them remember who I am, what I do. They're going to respond. They're probably going to talk about themselves. That's what people like to do. If you are listening, or if you are listing their home, share with them the link to their single property website by private message so that they can share with whoever they like. Invite them to share on their page so their friends, family, and coworkers can see it. Don't post for them. It doesn't have the same effect, and it's just not going to go over the same because that's self-fulfilling for you. You need them to do it, and maybe talk to them about why they should do it so that they will do it. Because if it comes from them, their friends are going to see it and probably comment on it. Then what does that do? That shows you who their close friends are, and you can go in and say, hey, really appreciate you commenting on the listing, and, you know, I'm so excited to work with them, you know, I'm excited for their future, whatever. Just not about, hey, who are you, what do you do, like, let me sell your home. It's just be a part of everyone's life and just make time to do that. It's so insane when you think about it that way. All right, and then bottom line, remove the expectations of getting anything in return from Facebook. Just know that if you connect with more people, you are going to make more friends, you are going to build deeper relationships, and you will get more referrals. That's just how this works. Of course, you have to ask for business, and we've done many classes on that, on the 4 parts to every sale and blah, blah, blah. Make it about helping people and building deep, long-lasting relationships. Make it a goal to build deep relationships with someone who already knows, like, and trusts you on a daily basis. 5 minimum per day. Like, go in there and go, all right, today I'm going to connect, engage, and interact with 5 people, whether it's a like, a comment, or just a private message, something of the sort. Remove the I have to get a referral from your mind. They will feel it. Like, if you, some way, shape, or form, have closing triggers, like, hey, let's get together, like, you got to be careful with how you say it, and depending on your relationship with them, if it's not deep enough. So be careful on that. Remove the about you from the equation. They don't care about you. Sorry about that. They just don't. They care about themselves. Keep it short and sweet. Don't write a book as a comment or question, especially if it's about you. Remember, they don't care. Get in and get out. Leave it until your next scheduled time to be on Facebook. Don't live, eat, and breathe on Facebook. It's not healthy, and it's keeping you from doing money-making activities. Use third party to talk about you and how good you are. So you'll never hear me say, I'm really good at doing these webinars. I will say, hey, they say I'm really good at doing these webinars. They say I'm really good at marketing. They say I'm really good at connecting, engaging, and interacting with people. They say I'm really good at reading people and finding out what their true goals, dreams, and desires are. See how that turns the page a little bit for you? I'm not conceited. I'm not egotistic. I'm not, like, none of that comes out. It's all about other people saying this. So whatever you were saying, just put in they think I'm really good at, and then finish the sentence. Got it?
Yeah.
Not everyone is going to be a fit. Find out quickly and be okay with letting them go. You want to work with people that you like, know, and trust, and that they know, like, and trust you. And it makes for a much happier life because now you really enjoy who you're working with. Be okay with letting people go. Be okay with going to a listing appointment and going, are you the right fit for me? And finding out that fact-finding question, and then, of course, building the relationship with them and finding out what their goals, dreams, and desires are short-term, long-term. And I'm telling you, if you do that, you remove the urgency, the scarcity mentality, and everything changes in your life. It'll just build deeper relationships faster because you remove the need to get a deal, and it puts in the need to build a relationship, and you show your true caring and true colors. All right? Cool. All right. So thanks, everybody, for being here. Vicki, thank you so much for putting this together and being on this class with me. I appreciate you guys. Next week, same time, same place, Chris Johnston's going to be on talking about the Google. The guy's amazing. He just presented to 600 agents in Canada. Man, I just got to get to one of his presentations. So he's just killing it right now, doing some amazing work. Just a lot of energy. He's going to be on next Tuesday, and so don't miss it. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you same time, same place, right here on Agent Mastermind. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.